Alright, let's talk about something that's way more than just a bike ride. It's a community, a movement, and honestly a pretty fascinating social experiment. I recently stumbled upon this story about Jefferson City's community bike rides, and it got me thinking about the power of shared experiences. Here's the deal. Twice a month, a bunch of people from Jefferson City, and even farther out, gather to ride bikes together. Sounds simple, right? But what makes this really interesting is the why behind it. It's not just about exercise or seeing the sights, it's about the camaraderie. And let me tell you, that's something we're all craving more of these days. Personally, I think what stands out most is how these rides bring together people from all walks of life. You've got regulars who've been doing this for years, and then there are first-timers like Debbie Schultz, who was recruited by her friend Kimberly. What many people don't realize is that these rides aren't just about biking, they're about connection. Kimberly mentioned how she loves exploring new places, and Debbie talked about the freedom and the conversations they have while riding. It's like therapy on wheels, right? I mean, who doesn't want to solve the world's problems with a friend while getting some fresh air? Now let's talk about the history of this. The ride started in 2018 thanks to a Healthy Schools, Healthy Communities grant. But here's the kicker. When the grant ended, the organizers David Bange and Jim Coleman decided to keep it going. That's dedication. And it's not just about keeping the rides alive. It's about making them inclusive. They try to plan routes with as much flat terrain as possible, which, let's be honest, is a challenge in Jefferson City. But the effort shows they want everyone to feel welcome, regardless of their skill level. If you take a step back and think about it, that's a pretty big deal in a world where so many activities feel exclusive. Another detail I find fascinating is how these rides open people's eyes to their own city. David Bange mentioned how riders often discover new paths or landmarks they'd never noticed before. It's like seeing your hometown through fresh eyes. This raises a deeper question. How often do we miss out on the beauty around us because we're stuck in our routines? These rides aren't just about physical health. They're about mental and social health too. They're a reminder that there's more than one way to get around, both literally and metaphorically. Post-COVID, the rides saw a surge in attendance, which makes sense. People were itching for connection after months of isolation. One ride even drew 55 people, which is wild. It just goes to show how much we need these kinds of community activities. In my opinion, this is a perfect example of how small initiatives can have a big impact. It's not just about biking. It's about building a sense of belonging. So here's my takeaway. These community bike rides are more than just a local event. They're a blueprint for how we can reconnect with each other and our surroundings. Personally, I think we could all use a little more of that in our lives. Whether you're a seasoned cyclist or someone who hasn't been on a bike in years, there's something here for everyone. And who knows? Maybe you'll discover a new path, both on the road and in life. What this really suggests is that sometimes the best way to move forward is to slow down, pedal together, and enjoy the ride. So what do you think? Would you join a community bike ride? Let me know in the comments below.